A comment, please, and I know this is a complex area, so whatever you feel is appropriate. A comment on the complex situation about the one known as Obama in the U.S. He seems to have an energy that most people perceive to be very pure, yet he is taking on a position known for corruption in a country known for corruption at a time when things couldn't be worse. Will anything positive come from this man? Will he have a second term? Whatever comment you feel you want to give.
Already there has been positive reaction. The man has been a light, and by being a light, he has given hope. There is no greater gift than that. Hope will be instilled in many. Now, indeed, the man has great adversaries, and there are those who would wish to hide from his authority or his inquiry. But indeed, if one wishes to stop corruption, one must confront it. If one wishes to inspire others to stop corruption, then one must indeed be inspirational and to give leadership. Now, when one is in leadership, one is vulnerable. There are those forces in the world that are motivated by greed and greed alone. They are in themselves carelessing of any other vulnerable or weak person. They are monsters indeed. They are animals who devour their own kind. Their cannibalistic evil is extensive, but they must be confronted. A light must be shone upon their evil works. And every so often there comes into the world a being who has a certain divinity, a certain mission to perform, and he is willing to stand up to the wrong when they are in positions of strength. As such, the entity himself presents hope and encourages others to stand up to the strong when they're in the wrong. Someone must. But this is as of a test, for the country itself is in such situation that indeed the torch is being passed. It has had its time in the world as a leader. Indeed, the country itself does not support itself. They support the efforts of other countries outside of itself, and have been for some time. Again, through greed, those things of value, the moral fiber, the financial aspects, or stabilizing influences, have all been sold. Look at the countries who have benefited, who are developing. Now it is to their blessing that indeed they are becoming what they are becoming. But there is always a giver, always a taker. There is always a price to pay. There is no free lunch, as someone would say. And as such, America now, unless it pulls together and is more supportive of each other, what you see as to the actions of putting it asunder will continue. Obama comes as one who has indeed a certain affiliation with all in the country. Different factions can see blended in himself a unifying force, and they can relate. For he can be all things to all people. At least he will attempt to be, and this will be as of his failing, you'll say. But indeed the entity is in jeopardy, is in danger from those who wish to maintain their personal fortunes and revenue streams, and they don't wish to share with anyone else. However, the remarkable salvation of the society is simply to take care of its own citizens, of its own problems, of those that are weak and poor and needy. If it would do this, then this dysfunctional country would come together as a functional family ought to. However, the comment would be such that the entity comes into the world at a time when leadership is needed. His gift will be the gift of hope. And already those who did not think it possible now have seen it possible, that their vote, their interest, their activity can indeed influence those who make decisions and who make rules over them. From the ground up, you'll see, change can occur. Obama comes with a ray of great hope, provided he is able to avoid any confrontation of those that wish to cancel his policies, so to speak. The entity may endure in his life, but he should not be exposed nor too trusting, for there are factions that wish he was not there. For in light, darkness cannot function. Evil cannot exist. As he would radiate out from himself, the intention to do good. Those forces that are currently active in the world, they may not take too kindly to his short-sighted, altruistic, and socialistic points of view. He is in danger here, and this danger is very real. But like all who come to change something, they do change the world, whether it is at their own hand or whether it is after they have started the influence. It makes little difference. But we see that this hope and this initiative will be continued, and it is his destiny to be that one who is willing to be the sacrificial lamb. You'll see, he knows the dangers, but his mission has been accomplished. As the black races now seek to rule the world, it will come to that ultimately, now that it has been proven. You have both genders and you have several races, but the world itself is coming together in its own way. Hopefully, it would be one of furthering the intention of learning how to get along with each other. Well, this is the only way out of this chaotic and self-destructive direction that the planet and all the people who live upon the planet seem to be taking, you'll say.